Hello, and I don't know how loud I can be, so I hope this is fine. Hello, welcome in. My name's Mary Fortune. I'm a sweet little ferret made of cake and cotton wool, and I hope everyone is having a stupendous start Sunday. You're in a Saturday time zone. You're having a super start Saturday. Welcome in, Armor. Oh my god. I've always wondered who the mystery 2 subs were, and I guess I know. Congratulations on 1 year, 15 months. You've got the cute raspberry red ribbon. I'm so happy to see someone else have it aside from me. But yeah, how have you been? How have you been? I hope you've been well. I'm sorry I haven't been able to catch a stream, but it's like 3 AM when you stream for me, unfortunately. Although, depending on how long this yap session takes, I'm so happy that you're live when I can be present. Thank you, that's so kind. Yeah, I've missed you. You are very dear to me, I promise. So yeah, I'm trying to keep the energy down. We have like ASMR voicemail. I need to take I bought some headphones because I forgot my earphones, and my sister has also stolen, oh, there's an echo. And my sister's inadvertently stolen the AirPods that she gave me for Christmas, so yeah. Although I feel weird if I took the headphones off because I wanted to check how I sounded. But thank you for letting me know there was an echo, I appreciate it. I don't have too much to say in the way of like cottage keeping, as I say. Thank you for the follow from ORP, that was from a couple days ago, but I still appreciate it. I also noticed that person was subscribed on my YouTube channel as well. So that's very exciting. I have over 200 subs there, so that makes me very happy. That's like teenage Mary's dream come true, honestly. Who knows, maybe one day I will see like 4 digits. Wouldn't that be something? So yeah, late night in the hotel room. I'm very tired. Honestly, I could go to bed right now, but I feel like I'm gonna sleep really well if I like yap my little heart out till like hopefully no later than 2 AM. I haven't set an alarm. If I feel like I need to set an alarm, I will do that. That's the alarm to wake up in the morning because my flight's at 11:30, so I think we have time to stream. What's it say? Yay, I'm so glad. I'm dear to you, right back at you. Thank you, I'm glad. But people often say there's like a distance between people where it's like, you'll think you're closer, you think you're not as close when you are closer than you think. I like to think that anyway. But yeah, I want to yap about Sydney because I've had such a great weekend, and I was going to stream on Friday night, but I'm sorry, Friday night I was too fat and lazy. I'm going to be so real. But you will understand. When I get to Friday night in my yap session, you will understand why I was so fat and lazy. Because, oh my god, I ate so good on Friday, you have no idea. Yesterday, I didn't have anything to stream about, quite frankly. I wanted to let things simmer, live day 2, and now we're here. But I had a diabolical thumbnail planned for Friday. You guys don't even know. I will be using that sometime. Food Cover Friday. Yes, it was that exactly. It was Food Cover Friday, but because I didn't stream, I was just in my hotel room, like, bored. So I just scrolled Instagram Reels for like 2 hours. So I was like, well, that wasn't super productive with my life. But the hotel room is slightly smaller than I was expecting. Like, I am literally streaming cross-legged on the bed right now because even though there is technically a table in this room, that table is uncomfortable to sit at because my laptop is bigger than it, for a start. Time spent resting ain't wasted. But that wasn't resting, that was rotting. That was bed rotting. I don't know. Like, I low-key needed I appreciate your dedication to streaming on the go. Like, last year down in Melbourne, you were there for Melbourne, so you remember this, but Melbourne, I had like a nice stream setup. Like, I had a table, I had a chair, I had a nice power plug that was like easy to plug in. I remember to bring my like hand cam. I wish I brought my hand cam now because I actually have stuff I want to show you guys, but photos, we'll do like a China, Sydney souvenir stream soon-ish, I hope. Oh, being gorilla only because of like family issues is like so annoying, but it's like resting is important, as you said, and my mama ferret needs to rest. But Mary Ferret is yappy. She's yappy today. So I guess I'll just like start at the start. Like, first things first, I was annoyed as hell because my flights got changed. Originally I had an afternoon flight. Yeah, family absolutely matters more than streaming. Exactly. Although she is very proud because I did mention that I had like a stream where technically at one point I had over 100 CCD. So I mentioned that to her, but she was like, I really don't know what that means, but it sounds good. But yeah, on Friday I was a bit annoyed because my flight changed from an afternoon flight to a morning flight. So that meant that I had like an extra couple hours I didn't know what to do with, which would be annoying because, you know, I have to check in and stuff. But it turned out okay because I still arrived at the hotel at like the time I was expecting. And even better, when I arrived at the hotel, check-in was like still another hour actually, but they were able to let me into my room. It was all ready, so that was good. Although getting to my hotel was a bit of a trek. Like, fucking Google Maps. I have so much beef with Google Maps. You don't even know. I hate Google Maps. I hate public transport. Like, I just wanted to walk from the... Me too, I'm glad. My sister thinks I'm insane because I have, like, so much beef with Google Maps. And public transport for that matter. She's like a guru when it comes to it, whereas I'm like, if I can't walk to it, just take me out the back and shoot me in the head. I don't want Ubers, I don't want the light rail, I don't want trains. If I can't drive them myself, that's annoying as hell. But we got here in the end. I chose a nice 4-star hotel for myself. Last year I went full lavish and went 5 stars, but only 4 stars this time. Google Maps is evil. It seriously made me do laps instead of sending me to a direct route. I love public transport, though I can't drive. Understandable. Like, I like the light rail. The light rail is a very pleasant experience when it works. And buses scare me because they aren't named normal things. They're numbers. I don't trust like that. I want to know where I'm going. But yeah, Friday was good. Friday was good. What else happened on Friday? I literally gave my itinerary to my sister when we had dinner like a couple hours ago. Why is this so hard? Friday was annoying because obviously my flights changed, and then I was kind of chopping and changing where I wanted to go for lunch. Did I want to go for lunch near the hotel, or did I want to go to Circular Quay? Originally I was going to go to Circular... Oh my god, I just heard a fucking car alarm, and I was like, oh my god, is that a fire alarm? No, it was just a car alarm. It's just a car alarm. The big city. I'm not used to all this noise. Like, I've heard police sirens every night. What was I up to my story? I'm eepy. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm eepy. Food, yeah, food. Oh yeah, I wanted to go for lunch at Circular Quay, and I specifically wanted to go to my favorite restaurant, but I've discovered something. I don't know when, but sometime probably in the last 5 years, I discovered my favorite Sydney restaurant in Circular Quay has closed down. It was called Toro or Taurus or something, and it was a Spanish tapas bar on Circular Quay, and it had really good chorizo, it had fantastic food, and it's closed. Very sad. R.I.P. in peace, chorizo. I mean, Toro. I will always remember when I was like sitting there with my mum and sisters and we were like watching these skateboarders like go past. That was really fun. But because I discovered that Toro was closed, I was like, fuck it. It's the same distance from the train station to the hotel, so I'll just go to the hotel. Managed to get in. I dropped everything off, but I had to go like a really whack way because of Google Maps. It didn't realize that I had luggage with me and it wanted to take me over a bridge, but to get to the bridge I had to climb like at least 2 flights of stairs, I would say, and I'm like, I'm not doing that with my suitcase. And so I just walk underneath it, which took me eventually to a brick wall, which was not great, but I got there in the end. I was hot and sweaty. I literally felt so gross as I was talking to the reception. I was like, yeah, I'm here for my hotel room. I'm like bright pink. I'm like one of those white people. I just turn into a tomato when exposed to the sun. But I still like my hotel room. The bed's a bit too firm for my liking, but it's nice, yeah. I'm glad you can relate. Oh, more cars revving up, yay. But I'm like starving at this point because originally I thought I'd be having lunch at like 12:30 and it's like 1:30 now. So I decided to just go for a walk because I want to go to the Miniso, I want to go to the Daiso, I want to go to all the anime shops, all that good stuff. And I start walking to the Miniso, and I pass by this like pub, and I'm like, it's called the Scary Canary, and I'm like, ooh, that's a funny name. I'll go have a look, and they have lunch specials, so I got like a burger and some chips. The burger was nice, like it tasted how you would like imagine McDonald's would taste if you saw the advertisements. Maybe a bit too much sauce, but it was good. And I enjoyed it. I actually took a picture of it with Spectre. I think I posted it to my Twitter, I'm not sure. But I enjoyed it. The only complaint I had was that the chicken salt chips, they were a bit cold. Yeah, like it was like this pub was like empty, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna whip Spectre out because I have Spectre and Yusaku with me right now. Because I wanted to get them because the reason I wanted to go to the Miniso to the Daiso is because I wanted to get like one of those PVC pouches that you can put your like Oshinui in, and then you can attach it to your handbag and keep them safe. So I had a burger and like the biggest glass of lemonade I'd ever had in my life. And I enjoyed it. But the bar had weird vibes. I was like, this place is weird. And I talked to my sister about it, and she said, yeah, that's like one of those grotty uni bars. Like, and I was like, that makes sense. Because they were like advertising like wet t-shirt competitions and stuff in the middle of winter, and I'm like, why? They're also celebrating Bastille Day. And I was like, who the fuck celebrates Bastille Day in Australia? The Scary Canary, apparently. I have no water. I'm gonna be parched by the end of this. But I still enjoyed my burger decent enough. Like, I haven't entered it in my, oh my god, dude, wet t-shirt contest. I know! They're also doing like a, Christmas in July party on the 25th. And they do karaoke on Thursday nights. I literally, all I did whilst I was there was watch their advertisement reel. Because there was like only 2 other people there. They're like some guys just having like a beer and I guess lunch in a different section to where I was sitting. Yeah, it was. I could absolutely see why it's a grotty uni bar. But then I keep walking. I'm like, okay, I feel like a human being again. I've had lunch. Sometimes I forget the Southern Hemisphere has their seasons in best. That's what makes the wet t-shirt competition even fucking weirder. It's like it's the middle of winter. Why are we doing that? Although allegedly it's been a very mild winter, like in Sydney anyway. So I'm walking. I get to where I'm going, which is the Daiso Miniso place. And I have some extremely exciting news. I did not have to go via the COVID-19 clinic to get there. Alma, you might remember this because unless you're a VOD frog. But earlier this year, when I went to Sydney last, I went to the same Daiso Miniso place, and I had to go via a COVID-19 clinic to get down into it. But this time I found the floor, like the ground level entry, so I didn't have to go via this COVID-19 clinic. Where like all these people are just waiting to be tested. I enjoyed it. Yeah, thank goodness. Although last time I was in Sydney, was that when I got laryngitis or was suffering from laryngitis? I think a bit of both. So I think I was probably masked up at the time. I hope, anyway. But this time I didn't, so I'm enjoying all the little anime shops. I'm going into like these Sanrio stores. There's so much cute stuff. I love the cute stuff you find in Sydney so much. I love cute trinkets. I'm a trinket girly. And I see these like adorable Sanrio checky cases and photo card holders. I'm like, I don't need it. But then I go into like this makeup store and they have my holy grail. Actually, not quite. They have one of my holy grails, which is a Hanamaru Obake photo card holder. As soon as I see it, I'm like, okay, I need a perspective. Even though I have the My Melody case, the My Melody one, which is literally this one here. Unfortunately, this means the model is now out of date because they've updated to Hanamaru Obake. Although when I got home, I just actually double checked my My Melody key charm, I've noticed that she's a bit grody. She needs a clean. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow maybe. But so my Spectre photo card is now in a Hanamaru Obake photo card, which is very nice, very lovely, very cutesy, very demure. Oh fuck, I need some water. I'll be right back. Whew. I have some gross tap water. Because the cool thing about my 4-star hotel, what is that? Oh, it's probably a chat. So this 4-star hotel just has a random like faucet in like the hallway where you can get like fancy like still water or fancy like sparkling water. But I have ordinary tap water, which is fine. I'm not completely one of those princesses who refuses to drink like ordinary tap water. But once you've tasted like fancy still water, it's like, yeah, I want that. And even though it's literally like adjacent to me where I am, I don't want to go outside my room in my pajamas, you know, that's kind of, that's bogan behavior. That's not 4-star hotel behavior. Tap water is great if the tap has a good filter. This one is literally from the sink in the bathroom. So it's fine. I don't know where to put my glasses, the only problem. Like, my little side table is too small, and if I put it on my bed, well, let's just hope I don't... Actually, let's not put it on my bed, let's not tempt fate. But yeah, I buy a lot of cute things at different places. I go to... After I get the Hanamaru Obake thing. Yeah, please don't. Yeah, I don't really need a big wet patch in the middle of the night. So I get the Hanamaru Obake thing. But the thing is, the ones at the other store I was looking at, they were like a couple dollars cheaper, but they didn't have Hanamaru Obake, so it's like, well, I paid for my Oshi. I do some more looking around, I go to the Daiso. I'm literally standing in the middle of this packed as fuck Daiso, and I bring out the Spectre and Yusaku plushies because I'm like, let's see what I want, because Oshi tax, exactly. And I'm like putting them in these pouches. I don't even know if you're like meant to like check like in person, but I was like, I'm paying good money for this, I'm gonna check. Unfortunately, my plushies are awkward sizes. Like, Yusaku is really small, but he's somehow too big for like these really nice purple plastic pouches that they had, and it would have been so good if he fit, because, you know, purple eye would have been, it just would have fit, you know. And then Spectre is like too wide for like the skinny pouches. He's the right height, but he's too wide. He's handmade, so he's a weird size. Whereas the Yusaku Nino Tani is very cute. But luckily they had like these very your man is built like a tree. He literally is though. But luckily they still had like this third option as well. Unfortunately it was not as high quality as the other pouches I was looking at, but it was big enough to fit them both. So I was like, okay, welcome to the terrarium, welcome to your Genlong jar pouch thing. I also buy a hairbrush whilst I'm there, and I go to the checkout and I'm like expecting like to pay $10 for like each of these things, and the cashier is like, that'll be $7, and I'm like, are you sure you didn't scan something? I was like, am I getting scammed? Yeah, long pouch is so funny. Literally, they're on top of each other. Like, Spectre has to hug Yusaku basically for them to both fit. It's also very funny because Spectre is so tall that his eyes get cut off by like the zip around the pouch. The pouch, I mean. That's cute. I'll post some pictures so you can see them. I have posted a couple pictures already. Yeah. So Yusaku's still in the pouch. Spectre's on my bed. And here I will introduce he's getting Mike Wazowski, and he is. And here I'll introduce the fact that I have a second Yusaku plushie now who is also on the bed. He's very soft. I like his head. It's full of fat and cotton wool. So after I went to the Daiso, I hit up like all of the anime shops, and this was last year before maybe, when I went to this one anime shop in Sydney called Anime at Abbotsford, and the guy at the time forced me to become a member. Fuck, that was my handbag. I don't know if you guys heard it. But he forced me to become a member of this shop, where I was like, dude, I don't even know if I'll ever be in this store again. Well, I'm lucky I became a member, because now, 2 years later, when I walk into this anime shop, I see like 2 Yu-Gi-Oh plushies. One is Yuga, and the other is Yusaku. They're the only ones on the shelf, and I'm like, sir, I need this Yusaku. Please give me this Yusaku. And he's like, oh, I'll check in the back. And he's like, wow, it seems like it's the last one. I'll let you have it. And I'm like, oh my god, it's Providence. I literally have this Yusaku Nido tab with me. I even show it to him, and he was like, what the fuck? I was like, why do you have that with you right now? And I was like, well, you know how it is. But they had a lot of cute stuff. Like, they had a special week Figma, and I was like, I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. But then he double checked and he found the second Yusaku, but he still gave me the one off the shelf because he'd already like unlocked it. Because he was like chained to it basically. But yeah, it's one of the new Yusaku plushies. I don't know what the style is actually called, but you know the ones that have like the embroidered faces? Yeah, special week. I'm so obsessed with Uma Musume. I've never felt ahead of the curve on anything before. I feel so hipster. It's like, yeah. I loved Uma Musume before the global gacha game. I was an anime stan back in the day. They have a Silent Suzuka kit in the new store. That sounds lovely. I have a Silent Suzuka acrylic block charm thing on my handbag. I got it in Tokyo a couple years ago. Yeah, Uma Musume. We love our daughters. We love our daughters. Although I would really appreciate it if one of my daughters could come first in the URA finale. That'd be really fucking... It's fine. It's fine. We'll just send them to the glue factory. It's fine. I do some more walking around Sydney. I go to some more anime stores. There was this really funny moment where I somehow linked up with 2 random ladies, and we were all trying to go to the same anime store. But when we got to the front door, the doors wouldn't open, and then we all like checked our phones together, and we're like, that's because we're at the back of the store instead of the front of the store. Oops, daisies. Yeah, I love those news plushies. Me too, they're very cute. Although, I think I do prefer the Nido-tan. There's something very charming about how detailless the Nido-tan is, but I like how soft the new guys are. It's conflicting. They're both good, so I'm glad I have them. So I do some more walking. I go to another anime store, and the first thing I see is this guy with a backpack with Fuwamoko plushies inside of it, and I almost instinctively yell out, "Bow bow." I was like, it's a ruffian in the wild! There were like so many Hololive stands in like this last anime store I visited. They're all charming in their own way. Exactly. I then go next door to see if they'll take a bit, because I'm like, yeah, bow bow! I don't want to be too loud. We have to... Fuwamoko was very exciting, but I can't be too loud. But, so, we're getting to, like, close to 5 PM, I think, at this point. Which is okay, because there is a thing that I have to do at 6 PM on my phone, or ideally on my laptop. So I'm starting to get wary of the time, and the last thing I had on like my list of things to see and do is that I wanted to go find out if there were like any nail salons that took like quick walk-ins, and to a miracle, I actually found a nail salon nearby the anime store, and they took walk-ins. Unfortunately, the lady said it'd take about 2 hours to do my nails, and I was like, I can't, unfortunately. Although it was also going to be very expensive, so I wasn't like devastated, but my nails are very grotty and short at the moment. It makes me feel bad. So I have to, sadly, I walk away, but then I go back to my hotel room, I have a shower, and now I have something very, very exciting to tell you. Like, I have no idea if I'm under an NDA, so I don't know if I can say it, but your girl is gonna be on TV. Woo! If I could be loud, that would be where I would be loud. Wow, wow. I'm so excited. I'm gonna be on TV. I'm gonna be on TV. I'm gonna be on TV. Yeah. It's only for a bit role. It's only for a small thing. Like, I'll be one of 100 people. Not contestants. It's on a game show. Yeah, for real. I'm gonna be on TV. I had a meeting at 6 p.m. on Friday with one of the producers of this TV show. Because I filled out a survey. Not expecting to, like, get chosen, but I got chosen. I got the phone call a couple days ago. And they were like, yeah, we'd love to have you on the show. So I'm gonna be on the show. I won't say what show it is. I will say it's an Australian comedy show, which is not good for me, because one of the producer I spoke to on the phone was that I filled out a survey and I included a embarrassing short story of something from my real life. And the producer said, oh, that story in particular was a real cracker. We liked it a lot. We weren't that, so you might be asked to recite that story in front of 4 comedians actually. So I'm hoping I won't have to do it, because one of the comedians would definitely rip me a new one, and I don't want that. Yeah, born entertainer, small but super duper cool. Yeah, like I'll be in like crowd scenes, and like, again, I filled out a survey, so my answers will like pop up on the screen maybe. So that'll be very exciting. We'll see what happens. I get paid with a $50 Visa gift card, which sounds like the most scam thing in the world. Yeah, you'll be on TV, and we're gonna pay you in a gift card. Like, that literally sounds like something you would warn your grandparents about. But that's very exciting. I'm gonna be filming next Tuesday. Filming is not on location. I can do it from my home, so I'll be doing that. That's hilarious. It is. So I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, the producer was really nice. She answered some questions. She set the expectations, all common sense stuff. And then after the meeting, I was like, okay, time for dinner. I got to be on TV, and all I got was this lousy Visa gift card. Honestly, like, what can you even buy with Visa? Like, I'm hoping that's just like a debit card, basically. Like, it's $50. What can you get for $50? Technically, it would be like $40, because the producer advised that I like invest in a ring light to specifically help me illuminate my face. So yeah. Well, I log off Zoom, and I'm like, well, I'm hungry. So I look at the hotel website and was like, okay, restaurants near me, and I'm looking, and I'm like, oh, none of these sound particularly exciting, because it's hard. I didn't want to eat Asian food, because I knew I was going to have, like, sushi today on Sunday. So I ended up going to a Mediterranean restaurant, and I'm really glad I did. Shout out to Mediterranean Magic in Sydney. If you're ever in Sydney, please go there. It's a fantastic restaurant, and I'm not just saying that because they gave me free dessert. I'm saying that because I genuinely enjoyed their food. Like, some of the best I've ever had in Sydney. Like, I ordered a Greek salad with lamb skewers. So good. Like, the cucumber was so crisp. The tomato was juicy. The herbs and spices fucked severely. I don't know what else to say. The lamb was really juicy. My mouth is watering just thinking about it. I'm like, that was so good. That was so good. Like, and my only complaint, there was too much food. Like, I was like, I can't finish all of this. Like, I wish I could, because any other day of the week, I would have smashed an entire block of feta, but it was too much. And I'm like sitting there, and I'm like, oh man, I've got a food baby on the way. Like, I literally bought a new belt earlier that day, and I was like, I've got to unlock it. I'm too fat. And as I'm doing this, the owner of the restaurant, so the guy who owns it, Department of Redundancy just called. And he's like, okay, do you want dessert? And I'm like, oh, I'm not not sure. I'm pretty full. And he said, do you want something this is my best Greek accent, I'm sorry. Do you want something my parents gave me when I was a young boy? And I was like, okay. And I was like expecting him to come back and hand me like a lolly of some description or something, because he said it was like something small. And he comes back and he puts down like this plate of like these, I don't know what he called it anymore, but it was like these mini fried donut bits drizzled in honey with like a side of, it was basically vanilla ice cream, but it wasn't vanilla ice cream. And I was like, oh, and it also had like cherries on top. And I was like, this is too much. And it was free. It was crazy. Like, I thought I was like getting the wool pulled over my eyes when I would like go to the thing, but it was like, no, it was free. He gave me an entire dessert for free. I believe they call that cutie patootie privileges. Like, the restaurant was like super empty. It was so good. Like, the restaurant was super empty and it was literally down a dark alley. I'm not even joking. I felt like I was like, it was going to be closed when I got there. But no, it was open and no one was there. Although I did see one table that hadn't been bussed yet, but the waitress was literally about to do that before I walked in. Like, there were all these tables set up and none of them were touched. And it was really funny. The waitress, who's the daughter of the guy, because it was like advertised as a dad and daughter run business. So the waitress is like, so where are you from? And I reply, and she's like, so why are you in Sydney? And it was giving real number one Sydney hater energy. It was so funny. She was like, Sydney is so chopped. Why are you here? But I was brave. I told her I'm here for weeb reasons. I'm here to see the Hololive concert. Because she must be into the music scene, because when I was trying to be vague at first, I was like, oh, I'm here for the concert tomorrow. And she was like, what's concert? And I was like, the one at the ICC. Well, who's the artist? Yeah. Yeah, they could use some more lights around here, I'm not gonna lie. Did not feel safe walking in the night without my night lights, basically. Like, there was a girl I saw and she was jogging and I was like, you are so brave. You are braver than me. Not only because you're jogging, you're doing it at night. That's crazy business. But, so yeah, I had a good chat with, like, the owner and stuff, like, yeah. They never just let you answer that vaguely, no. Everyone in Sydney is just so nosy. Like, everyone I've talked to is like, so where are you from? Where have you been? Oh, that's what I forgot to tell you guys about. So, earlier, so rewind like a couple hours before the meeting with the producer, I still had like an hour to kill. So I ended up riding on a carousel. Because there was a carousel nearby. And I was like, you know what? Let's go ride the carousel. And the guy at the stand was like, dude, do you have any friends? And I'm like, not with me, no. What about family? And I was like, again, no. And he said, so where are you from? And I was like, do you know this city? And he was like, no. And I was like, well, we're fucked. Whimsical. Exactly. That's what I was telling myself. I was like, never lose your whimsy, queen. It was fun. I enjoyed it. And they were generous with the time. Like, if I went to like a show ride back home for the annual show, they'd give you like a minute and 30 seconds tops. Like, I was on that thing for a good fucking, it felt like 5 minutes, honestly. And it was fun. And then after I got off, the attendant gave me a voucher for some ice cream. And I was like, wow, this is literally my lucky day. It was a buy one free gelato discount. And I was planning on using that voucher after dinner, but then I got free dessert, and I was like, okay, I guess I won't be doing that today. So then, eventually, I walked back to my hotel room again, and I'm like, oh man, I'm feeling so full. I'm full of Mediterranean diet. I don't want to stream tonight because this stream setup is so chopped. Like I'm sitting cross-legged up against a wall. It's not good for my back. So I'm like, okay, let's just bed rot for a couple hours. An abundance of free desserts, literally. So I guess that brings us to Saturday, which is obviously the big event. So Saturday morning, I actually have this dream Saturday. It sounds delicious. On God, it does. So Saturday morning was really funny. I had this dream where I like overslept to like 1:45 p.m. It was that specific. It was like 1:45 in my dream. I was like, and I had this big argument with my sister in my dream, and he was like, I'm late. But do you know what's even funnier? In the dream, I was late to go to like the Musume races. Girls, what are you doing? And it was so vivid. I remember again the raspberry red ribbon. I was like looking for this dress that was like raspberry red in this dream because I was like late for the Musume races, and I took it as a sign to be like, oh man, I'm gonna be late for SmashCon at this rate. Anyways, I wake up for real and it's like, I think it was like 7:45, and I was like, oh, I could have slept in at least an hour longer. And I'm like, nah, I'll get ready for the day. So I get changed and I go down to the hotel bar and I get breakfast. I have some lovely avocado on toast. It was yummy. As I'm eating breakfast, I watch a pair of cosplayers like emerge from the hotel lobby, and they're like, I have no idea what they were doing, but because they had suitcases with them, I was like, surely they're gonna stay one more night, but maybe it was just a cosplay. But they were only half dressed as well. Like, Link was in normal clothes, but he had like hair and the ears and makeup and stuff, and then Zelda was like fully dressed, but she hadn't got her like wig and stuff on. It was very funny. But I saw them and I was like, okay, it's time. I'll take that as my cue. So I start walking to the ICC, and I didn't even need Google Maps, honestly. I just followed anyone who was like dressed weird. Like, there was a male Amelia Watson cosplayer. That's so silly in a cute way. It was like perfectly matched because, you know, it was like balanced. I can't explain it. And so I just followed this like Amelia Watson cosplayer, but then I lose sight of him, so that's when I whipped out Google Maps. And originally, this is how bad I am with Google Maps. I literally walked right past the ICC. Like, I was following Google Maps and I walked right past it. Even as there were like cosplayers going like the opposite direction, I was like, nah, fam, I need to keep walking. No. No. But yeah, I just realized I've skipped a very important thing. So before I even saw the Amelia Watson cosplayer, before I even got to the traffic lights adjacent to my hotel room, I walked out of my hotel and I fucking biffed it. And I'm still in pain over it. I skinned my knee so bad. I almost went up to like the first con staff member I saw and was like, hey, I need first aid. But funnily enough, the night before, on my way to dinner, I forgot to mention this, but I stopped by a convenience store to buy band-aids because I had like blisters on my feet. So I was like, it's fine, I'll just use my own band-aids. These band-aids are the worst fucking things I've ever seen in my life. They're tiny, they cost me $11. Yeah, I skinned my knee, and literally if I do anything, it like stings. I'm like, oh, I don't like that. I don't like that whatsoever. Yeah, it's 10 past. I'm like trying even more so now to be like mindful of how loud I am. So how loud am I being? Okay, I don't think I'm being obnoxious. So yeah, I arrive at SmashCon. Didn't know what else to say. Like, every single time I was like in a queue, people around me were like playing Musume on their phone. It was really funny. But I was so tempted to whip out my phone as well and join them, but I was like, no, I need to save battery because I'm so bad at directions. I need a lifeline for if I need to get back to my hotel room. And it was a fucking hike and a half up to the ICC though. Like, you arrive and then staff like tells you need to walk up like 4 flights of stairs to get to the entryway, and it's like, why are we here? Just to suffer, to wear funny clothes. Yeah. Eventually I make it in, I get my lanyard. I'm starting to stress because I thought they would have because at the time I thought they would have given me like my weekend pass at the same time, and like my Hololive VIP pass as well. So I spent so long stressing about my Hololive stuff. Oh my god. Like I ended up stairs, yeah, and I'm a flat footer as well. I do not take kindly to stairs. Like I'm not built for this world. I'm built incorrectly, I think. Yeah. I'm so eepy. I've already forgotten everything. Yeah. Like, people were talking about Musume around me. I get my lanyard. Oh, I go into the artist alley because it's literally the first thing you see when you walk in. There's like a doodling wall, and like I'm invited to draw and stuff, and I'm like, no, I'll go and explore Artist Alley first. And I told myself, because last year one thing I regretted from DreamHack was like not buying every sticker I liked, because now that I'm such a scrapbook girly, it's like, oh, I wish I had more stuff to scrapbook with. So I was like, fuck it, you only live once, you can't take it with you, just burn that money, burn it, baby. So I bought pretty much everything I liked. Like, if I saw something, I was like, hell yeah, let's support small artists. Like, I wasn't irresponsible. Like, I think in the end, I probably only bought, like, 3 prints, 2 acrylic charms, a checky, a tote bag, and a top loader. Although I bought the top loader today, because the checky, I need to talk about the checky. So, I've spent, like, a good long time exploring the artist alley, and then there's like a notification over the loudspeakers to be like, if you are a Hololive VIP member, you are now eligible to go buy your Hololive merch. So I go do that. I stand in line, I listen to more people play Uma Musume. God, the people behind me were like fucking competitive about it. Like, they were grilling each other every time Ogre Cap lost. So I was like, oh my god, you guys sound like you have actual money on the line. So that was kind of funny. Also, the guy in front of me was like, I have no idea who he was cosplaying, but he had painted his face bright blue, and he was wearing like a suit and tie. No clue. But honestly, the Hololive queue wasn't too bad. Like, it was a long time, but in hindsight, I'm like, actually, that wasn't so bad. I've definitely stood in longer queues. At the time I bought a lanyard because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. They do if they spend it on summoning, yeah. I bought a lanyard from the Hololive merch because I was worried that if I bought a t-shirt, I'd buy the wrong size, and also I have like a gajillion black t-shirts at home, so I was like, I'll pass on another black t-shirt. But I wish I bought a pen light now, because when I saw the guy in front of me buy a pen light, I was like, oh, I don't know if I like the design, but when I saw the pen lights get used, I was like, oh, they look sick actually, so I regret not buying a pen light now. I was really hoping to get the badges, but I guess they're just for display? I don't know. Like, I don't think they sold out before I got there. Like, I was pretty early in line, I would say. Like, the queue started at like 10:30 and I was there. Because doors opened at like 11 for the Hololive merch specifically. But after I buy my Hololive merch, I go explore more of the artist alley because they split it into the top floor and the basement floor. So I already did the top floor, and then I did like the basement floor. And I really enjoyed doing the basement floor because they had some different stuff. It was more of the less small artists and more like the animated Abbotsford type people, Crunchyroll, Bushy Road, all those people. Except, fascinatingly enough, they had a secret section and R18 exclusive section, and I'm like, well, I'm curious to see what they have behind that curtain. So actually it wasn't a curtain, it was like a maze. You had to go through like 2 different corridors to get to the like spicy art. And I literally turn around after I enter this maze and I'm like, oh my god, that is boobs, vagina, and asshole. I was like, oh my god. But that was like the most graphic art and it was literally huge. I was like, what's going on? And it was really funny because there was like so much tasteful art as well, like in this section. I was like, this is like barely sexy. Yeah, like they really cordoned you off. Plus, you also had to show ID at the door. But I'm going through this section and it was literally just that one massive wall up that was like really, really in your face, I would say. But then there was like this one store that really caught my eye because I was like, hang on a minute. Yeah, it was mostly tasteful nudes, I'd say. Or like pinups. But there was this one stall and I recognized the lady running it and I was like, oh my god, she's that cosplayer who does the Hack of Spells cosplay. I've seen her on Twitter. And I get closer and I'm like, oh, okay, I see why she's here now, because she was selling like pinups of herself. And you know, they're fine. She also had like Tokai Teo stuff and like Zenla's Zone Zero, whatever it's called, stuff. Yeah, no kid was getting into there. It's a good security. And I am at her stall and I'm like chatting about, you guessed it, Uma Musume, to some random guys in like military gear. And because she's really sweet, this cosplayer, like she signs everything she hands out, so and she takes selfies with everyone, so it took her a while to get to me, even though I was like in line pretty early. And I buy a tote bag from her, but I'm also like, hey, so how does your Polaroid checky thing work? And she's like, oh, you know, I just take a selfie with you and I print it off instantly and then I like draw some hearts and I'm like, oh, that's cute. Well, I don't want you to take a photo with me. I want you to take a photo with Spectre. So I get out my Spectre plushie and I show it to her and she's like, I don't know who this is. I'm like, that's okay. This is my big... Oh, fuck. I'm like, this is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh character. Here's my eater bag. This is what he actually looks like. And then she was like, her eyes lit up. She was so nice. I'm like, I'm sorry to just inflict my obsessions on you, but I'd really love a checky of you like holding Spectre if you don't mind. And she was like, I'd love to do it. In fact, did you want to get in the picture? And I'm like, no, this is you and Spectre. But she still ended up taking a selfie with me anyway because she was just so sweet. So I made sure to follow her after that. And do you know what else is really funny? When I bought the tote bag, she was like, this is the first tote bag I've sold all weekend. And I'm like, really? It's so cute. Like, it was really tasteful. It's like just white with like her logo on it with like some red. She was really nice. Her name is Ryuku. I'll put it in chat. So yeah. If you see her on Twitter, which you might if you're into like Uma Musume, Hololive, stuff like that, you've probably seen her, but she was really sweet. $25 extremely well spent, I would say. So that was $10 for the checky, $15 for the tote bag. Yeah. So I think at this point I'm starting to be like, okay, it's lunchtime. Because it was like 11:30, 12. Sweet humble people are the best. Although, I'll be honest, I don't know how humble you are if you're selling, pinups of yourself. I mean, she looked damn good in them, though. Ah, shit. Ah, fuck. I started laughing and I got a cramp in my leg. What the fuck? Ah. That's probably proof that I have not had enough water today. Yeah, confident but also humble. Yeah, I need to get more water. I'll be right back. We have the body of a little old lady at the age 26. What the fuck? I'm stiff, I'm sore. So I decided to get lunch, and this is a mistake. I'll be so honest. because I'd seen like the maid cafe get advertised, so I decided I'd like try my luck there. But they're fully booked out. And their booking system was like broken. And it sounds like it'd been broken literally from day one. Because I knew in advance that you had to like book, but I was like, you know, you never know, you might get lucky. And no, I did not. In fact, most people did not get lucky. And I have no idea who this guy was cosplaying. Maybe a Bleach character, but we ended up chatting about how broken the maid cafe system was. And oh my god, I really hope I did not stress out that poor maid. And she was like, we're having massive IT issues with the booking system. Like, you would open the page and it would literally freeze. So yeah, I hope anyone who got to go to the maid cafe had fun. I wish I'd booked it sooner, but, well, I didn't know what I was going to be hungry for the day off. Yeah, he dyed his hair blue, he was wearing red contacts, he was shirtless, he had, like, some makeup on his chest, like, to imply scars, so I think that might be a Bleach character, but I really don't know. Like, I watched a bit of Bleach, I really liked it, but I think he was, like, a later character. But I go back to the artist alley, and because I'd seen like some food stalls there, and I get into this like canteen, and I'm like, there's so much good looking sushi here, but I can't have any because I'm having sushi tomorrow night with my sister. And then I'm looking and I see like a burger from the hot food section, and I'm like, I can't have a burger, I had a burger yesterday. But miraculously, they had something else on offer too. They had curry rice, with katsu curry rice to be exact. Chat, I should have gone with, they also had like corn dogs, and the corn dogs looked like surprisingly good for like corn dogs, but I was like, no, I'll have a curry rice, it sounds really yummy. And so I'm waiting. And I'm waiting. Literally, a live streamer who was like speaking Japanese comes in, and she's like admiring all the Australian chip flavors and like the soft drinks and stuff in the section. It was very funny. It was like reverse tourism in that sense. Talking about the kawaii kettle chips. But you know what? Kettle is kawaii. That's so true. So true. And I'm waiting, and there's some cosplayers coming in, and they're like talking about how cute their Genshin Impact cosplays are. And then finally, the curry rice restocks, and I look at it. Literally, I just got sick thinking about it. It was like a radioactive yellow. I was like, what the fuck? But I was like, maybe it'll taste better than it looks. No. Absolutely not. It was so festive. It was also very expensive. But luckily for me, I also bought some Maltesers and some lemon iced tea, and that I subsisted off of that for the rest of the afternoon. And I sat on the floor eating this disgusting curry rice. I ate the schnitzel though. The schnitzel was fine, but it was the golden curry itself that was just so grody. Okay, we need to get off that topic. I'm genuinely dry retching remembering it. So I troll the artist alley again, and I see a canon event for cosplay. Why do people do this? Why has this become the canon event of like the 2020s? I saw a Has-Been Hotel cosplay. Specifically, I saw Alistair. Alistair in blackface, no less. Why? Why is this a thing? Surely you knew that was not a good idea. It didn't look good. Everyone thinks you're a bad person. What was the point? Go away. Oh, you went to a cosplay event as well? Also, welcome in, Mahalaga. I'm trying to keep it quiet, but I hope you're having a stupendous start Sunday, wherever you are. And I hope you had fun yesterday. You weren't at Smash, were you? I know, it was honest to God festier than the chicken schnitzel. So anyways, I move on and I end up at the karaoke booth because I downloaded a Smash app and I like ticked all of the karaoke booth stuff. But I had fun there. I sang Echo, but it was the wrong Echo, so I sounded like dog shit. But I didn't realize it was the wrong Echo at first. I was like, oh, maybe I'm just misremembering. But I'm like, no, I think they plugged in the wrong Echo. And I also sang Confessions of a Rotten Girl. That one a lot better. When I got up on stage the second time to sing it, some guys in like the middle of the row was like, do you want the Miko Fumo? Do you want to borrow her? And I'm like, no, it's fine. I've got my Yuri with me. But then someone like, I don't know if they yelled Yuri is better, but they definitely yelled Yuri. I'm like, I'm a Himajoshi too, but can I be a Fujoshi for however long it takes me to sing this song? It wasn't a fantastic rendition. I've done better. You guys would know it, but it was fine. Like, people laughed, and that's what I was aiming for, honestly. Like, I threw myself into that performance. I was like, I am Fujo Miku right now. I am the Rotten Girl. Like, I think I genuinely scared people with how in character I was. But I had fun. I like listening to the other people as well. Bakamitai, the Yakuza song, was very popular. There was one girl, she was like in a Leo cosplay, like from Promare? How do you say it? I've been saying Promare in my head, so I'll stick with that. Like, she was like in the leather and everything, and she was like fucking it up with like every time she was on stage. Loved her. She was just very kind and supportive. There was a girl, I'm gonna just say she was dressed like sweet Lolita style, but she scared me because she was like, in the right pitch, please. And I was like, calm down. It is Smash karaoke. We do not need to be that intense. Like, she was giving, I am the best theater child in this room right now, and if you do not believe me, I will explode everyone in my mind. And she was just very intense. It scared me a little. But I enjoyed the karaoke sessions. Oh, there was also this guy hanging out as well in like a really cute Daifuku cosplay, like Cure. Like, I didn't watch Wonderful Pretty Cure, but the male Cure from it, he was dressed as the redhead one. Yeah, some people are so serious, and it's like, please, take a chill pill. I'm just here to make people laugh. If I sound good, that's like a bonus. Like, if you can sound good and you're like not intense about it, that's really good as well. Like, oh, like for example, Satoru, yeah, he was cosplaying, like he had the bow in his back and like the beret, it was really cute. Daifuku was so funny. He had the giant Daifuku plushie with him, it was so cute. I was too scared to say hi. But, yeah, it was really cute. But there was this one guy, he was dressed as Lloyd Forger, and he got up on the stage and he fucked it up. I was like, oh my god. Like, when I say he fucked it up, I was like, he went off. He was quirked. He was the goated white boy from the Legends. He was goated with the sauce. He was quirked up and everything. And he sang this song, like, from the 7 Deadly Sins anime? I don't know. But it was, like, a really cool rock song, and he was, like, into it. But you wouldn't have guessed because he was, like, this really skinny, nerdy-looking guy dressed as Lloyd Forger. But he rocked it. Like, everyone loved him, so that was, like, the best performance, I'd say. Yeah, I think I just hung out at karaoke until, like, 5 p.m.-ish? Because the concert doors open at 6. I was like, let's go get a drink. Let's go to the restroom. Let's make sure all of my needs are accounted for. I've got all these Maltesers I can eat. And so I did that. This is really funny because there's a part 2 to this story. So I'm thirsty, right? And I'm trying to find like a vending machine or something. But then I find one, and it's labeled the Flying Turtle, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? I've never used a flying turtle vending machine before. And so I use it, and I'm like, oh my god, there's so many flavors, so many options. Look at this massive menu. I guess I'll get like a melon Pepsi. That sounds really yummy. I love melon soda. I love Pepsi. And they didn't have it. So I'm like, okay, what else do they have? and I gravitate to a chocolate mint milkshake. I'm like, oh, that sounds yummy, and I order one. But then I realize something. It doesn't come with a straw. So I'm literally pestering people to be like, hey, can you give me your straw? I need a straw for my milkshake because there's like this massive pile of crumbled Oreo on top. So I'm like, I can't drink it without a straw. Luckily, the second guy I spoke to was like, oh, I'm only getting a soft drink. I'll give you my straw. And I'm like, thank you for my life. But you know what's really funny? I came back to that same vending machine the next day, today, and there was like a basket of straws attached to the vending machine now. So I think I was not the only person who did not collect a straw from the vending machine by like ticking the box that says, yeah, I want a straw. So that's very funny. But I have my milkshake, I enjoy it. I like hang around looking for people who know what they're doing, because it's like, oh, the doors are meant to start opening for the Hololive concert. I follow this really nice lady. Thank you for my life, lady in the pretty quilted dress. You were really pretty, and you were very kind to me in my hour of need. She, like, basically directed me on where to go. I feel like I'm really worried Smash is gonna, like, cop some flack for this, because there was a little bit of confusion with how people were meant to get into the ICC. Like, I assumed it was just, like, you'd line up and, like, you'd be let in, but you had to walk this way, and then you had to do a U-turn. It was really not good. The signage could have been better. In fact, you could have had people stationed maybe closer to the door to be like, hey, this is where you need to go. But that's just my opinion. So I line up, and I end up in line, and I have this really good chat with this guy I meet. Like, it was really funny. There was like a staff member who was like, make friends with the people around you because you're probably going to be here a while. And it's like, okay, so we did just that. And now we're mooties on Instagram. He's from Melbourne. He's very cool. And he thought it was really cool that I am an exhibited artist. So he wanted to see my stuff on Instagram. And I was like, I forgot to post my stuff on Instagram because my boss was doing it for me, which is very nepo baby. His Kamiyoshi is, of course, Sameko Saba. But you know what? That's pretty cool. That's understandable. Yeah, like, I'm glad I was able to make friends with him. He seems sweet. He let me yap my little head off, including about the new girls, which I forgot to mention to him. Oh, I just realized something. So, if you guys didn't know, I am mutuals with, like, 2 corpo VTubers. I am mutuals with Zelly Zoimu, and it was her birthday yesterday. So happy birthday, Queen, I love you. Please keep being my moody forever. Please don't ever graduate, I think I will cry. Please collab with me one day. So yeah, it's really funny. Because I was like, I know, I was like to him, oh, my Kamiyoshi isn't in Hololive, she's from VU, and it's like, I know, VU, they're so washed, they're so chopped, but I love them. And he was like, yeah, that's fair. Except I didn't mention my moodies, but I posted on Instagram yesterday, happy birthday to Zebi, and I just realized something. He's probably the only person who will, like, understand who she is and what my connection to her is. But yeah, happy birthday, Queen. I love you. Normally, like in a we're mutuals on Twitter kind of way, where we see each other and it's like, yeah, I won't like your post, but I know you exist, and that's cool and normal. Yeah, the lines. Okay, this was probably the part of the night where I was like, the lines are pretty bad. Like, I got in early and it was still really packed. Like, I feel bad for anyone who got in after me. But the lines moved fairly quickly, and we got to, like, this area, like, in front of the theater, where you could, like, take photos with different people, you could collect your merchandise. The VIP collectibles, absolutely worth it. They were adorable. I've got this cute little lanyard charm now that says, like, I'm a VIP for the Hololive synchronized, so that's cool. And it's holographic, so that's nice. I posted that on Instagram and my mom liked it, and I was like, thanks, Mom. I love you. I take some photos with the flower stands. I also took some with Spectre as well, because I feel like Spectre would be an Idol fan. He would especially be a VTuber fan, I feel. A virtual Idol fan. That's just my opinion. I got hurried along actually at the flower stands. I was taking too long and it scared me, so I didn't take any good photos of the crony one. That's okay because it's a crony. She's not my fave or anything. I'm not a huge fan of her design. I feel like it doesn't make sense. Like some of her later costumes I love, but her base design, I think it needed a bit more time to cook. But she's got a lovely singing voice. I was very surprised to learn that. I learned that during the Breaking Dimensions song last year. But it was Nenechi that I came. It's very wide up. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm just not familiar with her artist then. Maybe I'm not familiar with her game. But it was, so the reason I wanted to go to the Hololive concert was mostly for Bae, because she's Australian obviously and I love her. But also Nenechi. I'm a big I really like Nenechi from JP, so I was like, let's go see Nenechi. And I'm glad. So I made sure the lights, I made my pen, when I got photos with my pen light, I made sure to light it up orange for Nenechi. What else? Oh, there was a really kind girl at the, totally a product of her mama. Little mama, she's a big fate artist. Interesting. There's so much lore with all the different girls because of all their streams and like their artists and stuff. Like I might be a VIP, but I feel like I'm only a casual. I still have much to learn. I'm still very green. Ugh, my back's stiff. Give me a minute. Again, I'm trying to be mindful of how loud I am. How sleepy I am. So I got roused on for taking too long at the flower stands, but there was a really nice girl who took my pictures in front of the like group picture. Like they had like this big cardboard, no, it might have been cardboard, it might have been like fabric, like image of all the girls in their idol outfits. So and this is where my skin knee becomes relevant, because even though I knew my knee hurts whenever I use it, like especially like kneeling on it. Oh yeah, there's just too many people. Especially with the rumors that there's going to be like another Ian Gen. I think the rumors are true, by the way, for what it's worth. Yeah, I put my skinned knee down onto the ground and I was holding Spectre in my pen light as this girl took photos of me. Thank you, Queen. I really appreciate it, but my knee hurt so bad after that. Then I decide it's time to take my seat, so I go do that. I was section L, number 13. I felt so awkward walking to my seat because I had to disrupt like 20 different people. I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I really wish that the person who was like directing me said to go around, because I would have disrupted less people that way. 13, it was very unlucky, but you know what's not unlucky? Getting the best view of Nenechi. I was over the moon when she appeared on stage, and there was like a beautiful line of sight between me and her. Like it was just nice, clear. She was who I came to see. Like it genuinely felt like fate. Although I enjoyed all of the performances, the interludes go on too long. Like I enjoyed like the different chants people were doing, like boat goes Bented and stuff like that. Oh, also this like Pebble cosplayer like became the main character for a bit. And funnily enough, he's got like he's this big buff guy and he's wearing a Bibu outfit and he's got these really cool sunglasses. We loved him. Especially because he was from, like, I'm gonna say it, I think he's probably from New Zealand as well. Like, I think he might have travelled from New Zealand because he had like this thick Maori accent too. Well, not Maori, like Kiwi. No, Maori. Because the only guy I can think of who would speak like that is also Maori, so probably the Maori accent. So yeah, he was like the main character for a bit. Anyone who was like wearing a happy coat, also a main character. I enjoyed it. I chatted with the people on either side of me. Everyone's like so friendly. Like, where are you from? How long have you been watching Hololive? Who's your favorite? Ah, shit. I just made my leg cramp again. They did like the reminder, no photography. I tried to make sure I was really polite to staff. I was like, I feel like Hololive fans do have a decent reputation of being like polite to staff. So I was like, I'm gonna make sure if I make eye contact with someone, I'm like, you have a good night. Thank you for your hard work. Yeah. It's really exciting to see everyone sing. I'll be honest, the energy was not as cool as it was at DreamHack. People love talking about what they love. Meeting new people in concerts are kind of magical. It is! Like, we're all here for the same reason. We all just want to sing our little hearts out, wave our pen lights. It's great. Yeah. I have a magical Mirai shirt only because I talked to a dude behind me and he had an extra shirt in the wrong size, so I just got it for free. That's so cool. That's very lucky. And exactly why I didn't buy a shirt. Because I was like, if I end up with the wrong size, I'm gonna be devastated. Music was great. They started with like all 5 of them and then they did like some solos, now some duets. Nenechi was my favorite by far. Her solo was just so cute and so full of energy. It made me want to eat my vegetables. Narissa's solo was really good too. She's so sexy. I was like, oh, my brain is melted for you, queen. Iris's Carbonated Love was really good. I enjoyed it tremendously. What surprised me most, this was like legitimately not on my bingo card, but for the Promise Girls, so Bae, Iris, and Cody, they sang Dance Monkey. Like, no one was expecting that. But it was very clearly Bae's choice because she was like going off during the choreography. Oh my god, Bae's hips, they do not lie. I was like, stop hiding them behind your sleeve, please, I need to see them. I need to see them. Oh, the intermissions where they were like chatting with each other were really cute too. Like they were talking about like Australian accents and stuff like that. Oh, that's really. Nenechi asked, what does the Australian accent sound like? And Iris explained it as us sounding like we're from Osaka, which was very funny. And everyone was like, Narissa was like, hey Nenechi, do you want to try speaking in an English accent? And literally the entire crowd was like, please don't. Don't stress her out, Narissa. Iris did a decent one. She's got the lingo down, I'd say. Like, she was like, she agreed to something and she said bloody oath, and I was like, fuck yeah. Fuck yes. Iris, I'd take you to the pub any day of the week. Yeah, we are. I think it's accurate though. I think we are the Osaka of the world. Like, it's accurate. I can't explain it. Like, we have that. Like, I feel like Osaka is definitely the bogan part of Japan, so I think it works. I think it works really well. My favorite part of the concert was definitely when they sang Synchronize and they like came out with like their new idol outfits. That was really cool because it started in the dark and then like the outfits like glowed. It was really cool. Like, they had these stripes that like lit up to corresponded to like their penlight color. That was a really cool touch. I liked that a lot. We were successful this year. We did get an encore. Everyone started chanting encore. Encore. The bogan part of Japan got me giggling. It's true though, I think it's true. Like, the vibes are absolutely there. We did get the encore by saying Shiny Smiley Story as the encore. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. After the concert, I exited the building and holy fuck, was there a massive line to get your stuff because if you had a backpack, you had to stow it in the cloakroom. Oh my god, I forgot about the cloakroom drama. Okay, so between when I was like getting my drink from the vending machine and leaving the karaoke booth, I was like, oh, I should go get my coat that I put in the cloakroom. Oh my god, that was a drama and a half. I stressed out this poor lady and this poor gentleman out of their goddamn minds. So this lady served me. Actually, I was in the line and this Shanks cosplayer like chatted to me and she was like, oh my god, your eater bag's so cute. I don't know who the characters are, but I love seeing people's cute eater bags, so keep up the good work. And I was like, oh, thank you. And whilst we're chatting, like this poor lady who was serving me is trying to find my white coat. It is reversible. It does not have a hoodie. It's fluffy on one side and it's smooth on the other. I bought it in Japan. It has it should have a tear somewhere on it. You know, I tried to be as helpful as possible. She could not find it for the life of her, and I'm like starting to get like, did they give it away by mistake, or can she just not find it? So eventually this lady lets me into the cloakroom, and I go looking for it, and I do find it. But now we have a new problem. It had been cloaked with someone else's scarf, and the ticket that I'd been given was not the ticket on the coat hanger that my coat was on. But I was like, this is it, this is my coat. It's reversible, as you can see, it zips up. I didn't find this goddamn tab that I'm talking about, but whatever. And here's the ticket. It's from Japan, as you can see. It's got Nihongo, it's got kanji on it. And I'm like, it'd be insane, right? There's no way there's two people in SmashCon with the same jacket as me. That can't be right. But I want to do the right thing. I don't want to accidentally steal someone's jacket. It was just so weird. I don't understand what went wrong. But the lost and found guy was like, well, I'll give you a ring if anyone like claims to have lost a jacket exactly like yours. So I was like, okay. Well, they hadn't rung back, so clearly that was my jacket. Thank God. Like, I even had to find this crusty photo from Japan of this jacket to try and prove it was mine, but it was this terrible photo, so the staff person was like, this is not helpful, and I'm like, well, I tried. I just want to do the right thing. I'm literally no from Liar Game. I just want to do the right thing. I want to do the thing that makes people the least angry. But yeah, I'm glad I had that jacket because it was pretty chilly when I got out of the concert. I'm looking around and I'm like, I'm not hungry, but I feel like it's only like 9:30, so I'll probably be up for like at least another hour. So I don't want to go to bed hungry, so I Google like takeaway near me, and the first results are KFC. So I'm like, oh, KFC doesn't sound too bad. Like I'll have like some chicken tenders or something. I don't know. And I start walking to the KFC, and then I'm like, wait a minute. I had chicken schnitzel for lunch, and I'm like, I don't want KFC anymore. But luckily there was like this line of like different restaurants and stuff like close to the ICC. So I go down this like all these different restaurants, and I'm like, I'm not in the mood for that. I'm not in the mood for that. And I'm like, oh, I don't know what I want to eat. And then I'm like, oh wait, the Thai restaurant didn't sound too bad. But I go into the Thai restaurant, it's closed. And I'm like, no. Like they just like shut the kitchen. So I was like, okay, bye bye. But luckily there was like a noodle bar next door, so I go there and I just order some dim sums. I'm like, yep, this'll do me. I dry them in soy sauce. They're fine. They're not like amazing, but they're food. They're good food. I didn't have to cook. Didn't have to clean up afterwards. Thank God, by the way, because I don't know how you clean those like woven bamboo baskets that they come in, because I just poured soy sauce directly onto them. But yeah. I text my mom what I'm doing, that I had fun, and she's like, well, that sounds very low-key after all the gourmet food that you've been eating. And I'm like, that festy con food was not gourmet. What are you talking about? Yeah, why yes, I did just dry retch again. Surely you soaked them. Yeah, probably. Anyways, it's time to go back home, I decide. And I walk past this building, and I didn't notice it before, but in the dark, it's all lit up, and this building is titled Cyber CX, and I'm like, I want to have Cyber CX Respector, please. And then I keep walking. I know. She didn't see the photo. She was like talking about like all the other photos I'd posted because obviously I didn't take photos of concert. But I'd had like a gourmet burger. I'd had like a gourmet hotel breakfast. So that's what my mum had and like the Greek foods. That's what my mum was thinking that I'd eaten for lunch that day. Something in that vein. No. Yeah. I've been waiting to use that pun all day. I still have no idea what kind of business Cyber CX is. Like, do they know what they sound like? Or do I just have a dirtier mind than expected? That's what I want to know. But I go back home, I bed rock for a bit, I get changed, I go to bed. I thought I'd sleep in, but I woke up at my normal time. I'm glad you could be there with witness it. Yeah, the rare Mary Yab. The rare Mary Yab. Have more weird dreams. Yeah, and then day 2 of SmashCon. What else is there to say? I hit up the Artist Alley again because I was looking for a checky or a photo card holder, and I scoured the entirety of the Artist Alley looking for it. Because I'd seen one the day before, but I was like, I really want to make sure I get like the perfect checky holder for my Ryuku cosplay checky. And I saw one which was like, Mama, I'm in love with the crib. I'm burpy. Like, there was a Britney Spears themed one. There were a lot of very specific card holders. Like, they were meant for the card to, like, for, like, love and deep space and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, I'm not in those fandoms, so that's not very helpful. I just want a nice, generic one. Ideally, inspect the colors. Yeah, it was probably a cybersecurity company. Like, my bet would have been finances as well. So yeah, I did eventually find one that I liked and didn't seem fandom specific. It's just green with like a bit of a clover theme because it kind of reminded me of the casino merch, and I was like, because Revolver got assigned clubs, and I'm like, in my heart, I know it's because of Spectre, because clubs are little trees, and I was like, he's my lucky charm for real. And I also thought luck kind of goes with like Dave's dice theme as well. Like I thought it worked well. He's my lucky charm. He keeps me safe from nightmares. Keeps me safe from anxiety. That makes him my lucky charm. So when I get home tomorrow, I'll figure out how to like attach it to something. I'm thinking maybe the tote bag I bought from Ryuku. I feel like that makes sense. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And then already, like, yeah, I didn't get to like the con super late, but I'm already like, wow, I walked around Artist Alley and it's like time for lunch again. This time. Yeah, there has to be a space, unfortunately. Yeah, I wish it didn't need a space like on Discord, but you do need the space, unfortunately. There we go. See, it appears like in chat, like all together, so it's fine. But this time I decided I was not going to eat festy con food, and instead I walked to one of the restaurants nearby, and I had a lovely, some lovely oysters for lunch with some bread. The bread was kind of a letdown, actually. I should have gotten the focaccia or something. He has to be chopped in chat, yeah. Has to be segmented. Yeah, I had some oysters. I wish I got like the chili cheese bread now, but oh well. Yeah, I love oysters because it's like, that's something you can only have in Sydney. That's something you can only have when you're on the beach. Like, you know, because if you have oysters anywhere else, they have to come from a can. That's not very exciting. They were lovely and fresh too. Like, you can't think about eating them. You just have to eat them, and then it's like, oh man, that was so yummy. And it came with some lemon and juice. It was really nice. Then I went back to Smash, and I learned how to play the Hololive card game. And then I was just absolutely disappointed to learn that they'd already sold out of Hololive card boxes. But they did give me a booster pack. I really enjoyed learning as well. The poor teacher though. Like, I was like trying to mimic what he was doing, so I started playing on his turn by accident. It's mostly just Pokemon though. It does have like some. It has what I would consider my least favorite part of Magic in it though, with like the tap system. It's like, no, it's so annoying. Like, what do you like? But the tap system, you only have to worry about it if you have someone in your collab position, because at the end of the collab, they have to like rest. That's like when they're tapped. But otherwise, it's just Pokemon. Just Pokemon TCG Pocket, which I didn't mind. Oh, it also gives you infinite normal summons, and I like that. They also have a card which is literally just draw 3, and I'm like, this is like crap to me. Did you know that? And he's like, yeah, I can tell. The Hololive card game was very popular to learn as well. Like, the table was packed. But I enjoyed it, and I'm definitely going to have to get my hands on a box of Hololive cards. I'd definitely play some more of it. I just don't know when or where. Do you think Hololive is like a big enough company that they'd like make an official like app to play it? Maybe. I'm gonna be honest. I think they'd make a lot of money if they did that. And then you're not gonna guess it. I saw advertisements for here too. Yeah. Like, a box is like 165 Australian. And that's pretty expensive. But not overly expensive. Like, if I compare it to Yu-Gi-Oh, the boxes of Yu-Gi-Oh that I want to buy are like $150. So it's like a massive increase. And I'm almost happier to like buy a Hololive box for that price, because it's like Hololive. I don't think that's something my nearest card game store would like buy. That could be a 2026 thing if it's well received and takes off. Yeah. If not, it's probably like on Untapped or something. I need to explore that website, Mirror, whatever the fuck it is. I think there's definitely a market for it. Like, the cards are beautiful, the game's pretty easy to understand, the effects aren't too crazy. Like, it has a nice pace. I personally would almost call it too slow, but I think that's because I play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm, like, used to some bullshit happening. But who knows? Like, I was only playing with starter cards as well. Like, who knows what the crazy shit does? Honestly, the most unique mechanic, in my opinion, I don't know if this is a thing in... Well, it's kind of a thing in Pokemon, but kind of not. But if you added, like, an energy to your, like, VTuber, you could, like, discard the energy for card effects. Like, when I say card effects, I don't mean, like, the effects on the card. I mean, like, a different card effect. Like, one of them was, like, discard an energy to your archive. Yeah, the game will probably change pace once more cards are introduced, yeah. Like, I'm fairly certain every girl probably has at least 3 cards, though. Because there's, like, a stage 1, a stage 2, and some of them even have stage 3s. Although, I don't mean to call that. That's like if it's Pokemon. They have like a debut, then a second debut, and a third debut. I also thought the names are pretty well cute as well. Like the cheer phase, that's when you attach energy. The performance stage, that's like the battle. Yeah. And you can have like... This was also a problem I had with Magic as well, but... I really wish there were, like, more specific zones to put, like, your bench characters on. Yeah. But I liked it. I'd definitely become a Hololive TCG player. Yeah, then I went to the more karaoke. I could only sing one song today because there were definitely less things to do today, and you could tell because the karaoke got backed up so bad. Like, I requested a song and they were like, it's gonna take you an hour, so get comfy, and I did. I had fun cheering on everyone else. There was a cast of characters that stand out from the people I saw at karaoke today. We'll start with the people I didn't enjoy. I don't know, if they were giving normie, I didn't like them. Like, they were dressed as, like, Rilakkuma and Rilakuma's friend, like, in onesies, but they were, like, not singing songs on theme. Like, it was really obvious that you were mostly meant to suggest, like, J-rock, J-pop, Vocaloid, anime songs, VTuber songs, but they were like, nah fam. We want to sing Nicki Minaj. Oh, you don't have Nicki Minaj on the anime karaoke bar? That's crazy. Okay, we'll sing Ariana Grande. And I was like, well, you didn't have to do that. I don't know. They didn't get a lot of applause. I know, it was weird. But there were like some standouts. Like there was this one girl who absolutely slayed. Like yeah, like she slayed the God Knows from the Haruhi anime, the Melancholy of Haruhi. She was so good. Like, oh god, I was like, girl, you need to be on The Voice. You need to be on an Australian Idol. I was like, god, she was crazy good. There was a guy who did like a jazz rendition of the Pokemon theme song. Like he put his fucking heart and soul into it. He was crazy insane. And guess who had to sing after him? Me. That was not fun. And the worst part is I chose the worst song as well. I chose because I thought there was more lyrics to it, but it's literally just the 3 lyrics. I chose the song they sing in Star Twinkle Pretty Cure when the Pretty Cures get transformed. I thought it was longer, but apparently not. So I was like, well, that was a fizzle. This girl was really terrible, but we kind of loved her for it because she was like 12 and like autistic. And she was also cosplaying Galgora. She sang Carbonated Love. We loved her. She was so cute. She was like, please sing along with me. And we're like, yes, queen, we'll do that for you. And her dad was like her biggest fan. He was like taking a video. And then they like sat together afterwards and like held hands. It was really cute. Oh, another person who was like really good was again, Baka Mitai was really popular, and this guy absolutely slayed it, but also he had us like cacking up to begin with, because he got up on stage and he was like, yeah, like you gotta, like, anime spaces, you have to make space for like kids like that. And she was just really cute, like she was in a really cute cosplay, like I hope she's living her best life, honestly. But this guy got up on stage and the first thing he said was like, in his best Kiru Nishiki impression was, shout out to my ex-wife, it's been 4 years. And he's like this baby-faced, like Asian guy. It was really funny. And then he did so well. So that was really good. And I know I was just giving some normies shit for like singing normie songs at karaoke, but this little old Asian lady got up on stage and sang Eye of the Tiger. She had the entire crowd bumping. She was so good too. Like, she wasn't amazing, but she was like good. And it was such a good karaoke song. Like, I feel like that's what makes, like, I don't feel like Ariana Grande makes for great karaoke songs. So that's why we were like, boo, get off the stage, tomato, tomato, tomato. Whereas this lady was like, she celebrated the heroine, basically. So that was really good. And then because the karaoke, yes, exactly, Eye of the Tiger is a classic. There was also a duet with Phantom of the Opera, but that girl could sing. She was like really good, so that was also forgivable. Because it's like, wow, you actually hit the high notes and sounded good. That's like a miracle. I feel like there was someone else who was like really good. I can't remember who it was. I think there was like another J-poppy kind of girl. She was like really good. But then as soon as my bit of karaoke was done, I immediately walked into the Hololive queue for the panel. So I didn't go to like any panels because I was too busy at karaoke, except for the Kobo-chama party time panel, which was really good. However, I have some questions for Cover Call. Why did you choose those two? For a start, they're both ESL, and for a second kind of handicap, they both have the personality of someone who's like permanently stoned. Like, Kobo was like genuinely no brain cells inside. She was like, I don't even know my name right now. Like, if you told me she was like zooted out of her mind, I would have believed you. And Hachama was lovely. She also did not realize how big her Hachamas were. I was like, good lord, I thought you were a cutting board. But they were really fun. They answered some questions. I did not get chosen, unfortunately, but some of the questions were really good. Like, I think my favorite was, like, if you had, like, 1 million yen to spend on a project, what would it be? Hachima wanted an animation, and Kobo wanted a 3D outfit. But it took them, like, half an hour to, like, answer a question, I swear. because they'd just go like on tangents, or they'd like start answering a question and then end up completely somewhere else. Kobo was also really funny because she named and shamed this guy. She was like, the question was like, what's the funniest super chat you ever got? And Hachima's was like, oh, someone requested that I do a crazy moe moe Kyun, and I said no. And we were like, yeah, that's cute, that's funny. And Kobo's was like, there was this guy, his name's Hiragi. He said he wanted to kidnap me. He offered me free candy, and I was like, no, what the fuck? It was really good. And then again, the Bibu cosplayer came back. He was the final person, and he was like in his wig and his sunglasses, and he was like, rate my outfit, brew, in his like thick Kiwi Maori kind of accent. And we loved him. We like all started chanting for him. It was so good. And Hachima rated him 100 points for his body, for his physique, for his muscles, and then minus 100 points for not being cute. Kobo gave a similar score. She gave him like 10 out of 50 for cuteness, and then like 50 out of 50 for like aura. He really was a main character. Like, they had him turn around so they could like fully admire his like closet cosplay of Bibu. We loved him. We loved the strongest pedal. And the fact that he was a Kiwi just makes it even funnier. Like, we love dogging on the Kiwi accent so bad. We love our neighbors. Yeah, and they sang as well. They did karaoke, naturally. Kobo sang. She chose some real crowd pleasers. She chose, Sweet Child of Mine and Wake Me Up, Bring Me Back to Life, whatever the fuck that Evanescence song's called. Then Hachima sang Fly Me to the Moon. Oh, she was gorgeous. I did not realize how gorgeous her singing voice is. And she also sang Country Roads. It was really sweet. She was like, this next song I heard in Australia when I was in high school, so it always reminds me of Australia. And then she sang Country Roads, and it's like, that's so cute. Funnily enough, there's a version of Country Roads specific to my hometown, which is like where we replace like West Virginia with like New South Wales. And like the name of the river with the name of our local river and some other stuff too. So it was funny for me. Also, Kobo has like a set of fucking lungs on her. I was like, good lord. I did not realize when she locks in, she could genuinely mog Taylor Swift or like mog any given popular female artist. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. New South Wales. Actually, it's more like, name of the nearest mountain ranges. Mountain Mama. I don't want to dox myself. But you're close. You're on the right track. They also sang some songs I didn't recognize, but everyone else did, and I was like, I'm sorry. Also, I wish I brought my pen light. I didn't realize it was going to be at the panel. It was literally just good luck that I happened to be exactly where I needed to be to get into the line. It was a huge line, holy fuck. Like, I fluked it. I got so lucky. So I really enjoyed it. I wish I'd had my pen light. Instead I just kind of waved Yusaku and Spectre around. It was like, this is good enough. The panel ran 30 minutes late, which is fine. The booking I had here was serendipity, yeah. Oh, my PV, that reminds me. Before I actually, was it? Yeah, it was as I was entering the Hololive panel, the PVC pouch Spectre and Yusaku in broke. Like the keychain holder, like it fell off, and then my heart stopped. I was like, stop it, I need to pick up my son and my husband. Yeah. He is the lad of my life, exactly. So it was perfectly apt. So now I have this PVC pouch that I don't know. I think I do know what I'll do with it. I don't think I'll put stuffed animals in it, but I'll put something else in it. Maybe scrunchies. That could be useful. Because I don't want to get rid of it since it's like basically brand new, even though it's like now broken. god, the restaurant saga. So, my sister and I went to a restaurant for dinner together, and it was a sushi restaurant. And oh my god, I hate Google Maps. I hate public transportation. Public transportation hates me. So I checked to see what would be quicker, an Uber or a train. The train was actually longer, but that was kind of beneficial because I had like an hour between getting from the hotel to where the restaurant was, because I wanted to like switch my shoes, drop off like everything I bought. You know, I didn't want my eater bag to be like full eater for this restaurant because my sister was like, dress nice, and I'm like, okay, queen, whatever you say. So I make sure I'm like presentable, and I start walking to my nearest train station, which is at the QVB. I enter the QVB because I've run out of data. As I was walking to the QVB, I ran out of data, but luckily I was already at the QVB, so I'm like, okay, there's a train station. I ask the staff person, she's like, oh, it's just downstairs. Keep going that way. I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, I'll log into the free Wi-Fi, the QVB. And I'm like, okay, I'm on track. I just need to find where I'm going. And I go down to platform 3, and I'm like, I'm not seeing any platforms labeled the numbers that I have here. I think I'm getting too loud again. Am I getting too loud again? I don't think so. I'm trying to find my platform, and I'm like, this isn't working. I'll go find someone who works here. And I see this guy, and he's like sitting down. He has an orange lanyard, and I'm like, I feel like you wouldn't have a lanyard if you didn't work here. So I'm like, hey, do you work here? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, perfect. I need to find this train station. And I show him my phone, and he's like, that's a bus station. I'm like, no, it's a train station. I clicked the bus icon. I clicked the train icon. And he was like, yeah, but it's a bus station. And I'm like, okay. I think you're okay. That's good. I just don't want to be rude to my neighbors, but like, I'm almost done. We're almost at 2 hours yapping, which is pretty good. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna get an Uber. And he's like, don't do that. It's so far away where you want to go. And I'm like, I don't care. I literally walk off, and I think I'm probably an insane person to that guy, but he'd be right. I am an insane person, so that's fine. So I end up getting an Uber to go to the restaurant. I'm too noisy at the restaurant. My sister was like really embarrassed. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm hungry. And I'm angry. I'm pissed off at Google Maps. And she's like, show me your phone. So I hand her my phone, and she's like, girl, what is your problem? And I learned all sorts of hidden tips and tricks about Google Maps. Apparently, I was like, had not optimized my Google Maps for like my needs. So she was like, here you go. This should help. And I'm like, okay, I wish you'd done that several years ago, but it's fine. We have some very yummy sushi. We got some sashimi. I got some miso soup. We actually talked so much that my miso soup went cold. You know, I tell her about the restaurant, my skin knee, basically everything that I've talked about with you guys. What else? She talks about her day, what she'd been up to, how Minty's going. Apparently Minty escaped Friday night. She came home pretty quickly because she was hungry and was cold. I'm like, thank God. Google Maps maxing. I am now. I am now. What else? We ate some karage. We were both like really impressed with the karage as well. We're like, man, this chicken's like juicy and moisty. Juice and moisty. That's so gross. Juicy and moist. I got a really yummy mocktail as well. It was called like Fuji Fizz or something. It was like basically glorified apple juice, and it came with like a fresh slice of apple too. It was so yummy. I love a good Granny Smith. It has to be said. We ordered the signature sushi as well, which had like scallops on it. And my sister really liked it, and I was like, oh no, I wasn't actually as fussed on it as I was like some of the other stuff we were eating. We got the spicy edamame too, but the edamame beans weren't spicy. It was just like the casing. So it's like, I don't know. Calling it spicy was an understatement. Also, my sister was very surprised to learn that I don't like wasabi. She was like, I thought you were a spice queen. I'm like, I am, but I don't like the taste of wasabi. Like, I like heat, but it has to also taste good. um, she was like pre-gaming with her boyfriend, and they're like flatmates, so she like didn't drink any alcohol, which I thought was very funny. She also apparently ate dinner before coming. I was like, why would you do that? I mean, funnily enough, I RSVP'd for the Aussie VTubers, OzTubers after party, but I thought it was yesterday, so up to daisies. Double booked, but it happens. Sassy knows, so it's fine. I might have pings in the morning I need to explain, but it's fine. And then we catch an Uber to Darling Harbour to where the ICC is. Well, actually, if you guys want to, actually, you guys can know where the ICC is. Darling Harbour. Because I mentioned before, I went on the carousel on Friday night, and I got a voucher for Gelatissimo. Buy one, get one free. And it's only applicable to the Darling Harbour and Darling Quarter Gelatissimos. And unfortunately, the one near the restaurant wouldn't work. So we get an Uber. And I'm like freaking out because my seatbelt won't like click and clack front and back, you know how it goes. And I literally can't keep my eyes open long enough. And I'm freaking out, and the Uber driver's freaking out because I can't lock in, but I managed to lock in because my sister turns on a torchlight. But unfortunately, in doing this, I lost my phone, and I didn't realize that until after we get out of the Uber. I literally race after this Uber, but it's too late. He hits some red lights, and it's still not enough. And so I'm freaking out. My sister's freaking out. Because obviously my phone has like my flight times and like my hotel key and all of and like my wallet. Not good. But luckily, we ring the phone enough times that the Uber driver picks up. Like, I think he said that he got the phone from the back seat from like the next person after us. So they handed it in, thank you, and then the Uber driver picked up because we rang it like 3 times after filling out a form on the Uber and also discovering that 2-factor authentication really sucks when you don't have your phone because you lost it. And now you can't access your emails because you need your phone. Ugh, technology. But luckily we had a good Uber driver, and he picks up the phone and he's like, oh, I'll be right back when I can, and we're like, that's fine, we'll be waiting right where you dropped us off. So he comes, finds us. Also, my sister was like, this is the cargo bar, by the way, and we saw all these like people in Hololive happy coats like lining up to get in, and she was like, this is a dirty, grungy uni bar, do not go here. And I'm like, I wasn't planning on going here, but in my head I was like, if this is where the after party was held, I think I would have gone. Nah, that would mean for real I'd be streaming at 3 AM. I don't want to do that. So yeah, luckily there was a happy ending, and then my sister and I got ice cream afterwards, and it was very yummy. She got the New York cheesecake, and I got the chocolate brownie, although I did toss up the pistachio. It was also very funny because I asked for a waffle cone, and then the guy who was serving us gave me a cup, and my sister was like, no, we're not making a bad night worse. When my sister asked for a waffle cone, please. And I'm like, it's fine. I think it would have been fine, but I actually really enjoyed my waffle cone. I haven't had a waffle cone in years, because normally I do get a cup, but I thought my sister was also getting a waffle cone, but she was like, no, queen, I would never get a waffle cone. I'm like, okay. Actually, she didn't call me queen, she called me babe. I don't know why, but I'm like, please stop calling me babe. I'm older than you. I am the oldest. You are babe. I'm not babe. And then we ate ice cream, shivering cold because it's the middle of winter and there was this crazy cold wind. It was literally shivering so bad. But it was worth it. Even though we had to walk like from the cargo bar to Gelatissimo. I'll never do ice cream without a waffle cone. Agreed. Sugar cones, once you go waffle cone, you can't go back. Like, you can do a bowl, but I don't think you can do it like a sugar cone. But yeah. Oh, the Uber driver, I forgot to mention, I literally told my sister, I was like, when he gives me my phone back, I'm gonna give him $5 for my wallet. And I literally did, and he was like, no, you keep it. And I'm like, no, I love you. I'm not even joking. I actually love you, and take this $5 to prove it. Yeah, man, with your coat and your pouch and your phone, so eventful. Literally, it's always something with me. My sister said the same thing. She was like, "There's always something going on." And I'm like, "Yes, there is." Because I was like, "Oh man, I'm the luckiest person alive. Every time I've lost my phone, a good Samaritan always hands it in, or I find it." And my sister was like, "No, you're the unluckiest person, and you just keep using your 9 lives." Hopefully literally this time next month, I'm gonna go to another concert, so hopefully that doesn't happen, because I won't have a lifeline if something like this happens again. I still haven't thought anything about this concert. I think I might just rock up day off, then fuck off the next day. And at the same time, I want to go to Wendy's. I want to eat the Wendy's burger. We'll see. I need to decide soon. That could be next week's problem though. So yeah, and then my sister's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go home now." And then she's like, "Actually, let me check where my boyfriend's at." And she's on her phone. She has him geotagged. I'm like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And she has everyone in her boyfriend's family geotagged. Like, she knows where they are at all times. But to be fair, they also have her geotagged. And she's like, "Oh, he's not that far away, you know." And I'm like, "Okay." So she's like, I'm gonna go clubbing with him and the boys. And I'm like, "Okay, have fun." You do know you have work tomorrow, and you're in high heels. And she's like, "I guess." It's like, that was a very different story when you were complaining about your high heels on the way to Gelatissimo, but whatever. Yeah. I'm going to hope they're home safe by now. They basically live in, like, the Sydney equivalent of the sticks as far as I'm concerned, so they better be home safe. I'm gonna text her after I hang up with you guys and be like, "You better be home safe with Boo Thang." And yeah. And then I walked home. I just crossed the street and I walked home. Walked to my hotel. And now I'm here, talking to you guys. And I'm very thirsty. And I'm very tired. And yeah. I mean, there is a voice in my head that's like, "Come on, Mary. You can do it. 7 more minutes." No. I think this is where it ends. I feel like I've recapped Smash good enough. This was very much not my usual time. It's wild, yeah. I don't know when my next stream will be. This one will be archived on YouTube, of course. And yeah. I've got Tuesday, I'm very busy. Thursday, Friday, I'm very busy, but who knows? Who knows? So yeah. I don't know what else to say. I'm very sleepy. I'm gonna eat. The mib cell is EP. So yeah. Bye-bye. I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna open a tab in a second, see if there's anyone around. There's like no one streaming at this time. Oh well, there are people streaming, but I don't know who they are. Yeah, I'm not even gonna worry about a raid. It's too late. I'm really happy you were able to join me as well, Alma. I'll see you around. I'll see everyone else who's lurking around as well, I hope, somewhere. So yeah, I hope I have no idea how this mic sound was this stream again. I'm trying to be respectful of my neighbors. I don't want to be too loud, but it's time for bed. It's time to go to eat. So bye-bye. Sleep well. You guys sleep well as well. Love you. Bye-bye. So